How to build a online community for your business? Probably the number one question that I get all of the time, especially in today's landscape in the market. I get this question so often that I figured I would do a video for it. Uh, Cover my opinions and lenses around building communities, coming from somebody who, took free Facebook groups to over $1 million in our own business, have done multi six figures in profit using Skool groups, and clients have used our community based approach to doing millions of dollars in profit online. Now, before we dive in, I am going to talk a little bit about what to think about when starting a group, what to actually have at the forefront of your brain, in less of a like tactical step by step setup. One, because it's relatively easy to set up a group nowadays, but two, I am going to be dropping some content over the coming weeks that will actually cover a lot of this stuff for you guys as well. So it's more of going to be like intentions, what to think about, what to actually, how to structure your groups, what to actually conceptualize when building your community, because this is something that a lot of people get completely wrong. So, number one, when it comes to this, I think is making an internal commitment that your community is going to be your focus. And I know this sounds so cliche of me to say, but I see this a lot in the online business building space specifically. It's like, hey, I want to build a group. I love the idea of building a community, but it gets treated like a side project. It gets treated like a cool bonus or, a place where you essentially just dump your customers or whatever. So the way that I would really encourage a lot of you guys to look at your group before you even start one is this is going to be my business. Now, I will explain this a little bit. Um, when we really started treating our group as like the lifeblood, as the centerpiece, like everything kind of revolved around our community, our entire business changed. Now, a lot of people in the landscape, they like set up a group and maybe they'll post in it a couple times a week, or, they'll post in it when they feel like it or whatever. And you're not really going to get a lot of significant results from your own community if you don't actually treat it like the thing that it deserves, right? Like the actual centerpiece of your brand, the movement, the culture, the environment, the tips, the tricks, the strategies, like and more, right? So I think making an actual internal decision that your group is going to become the lifeblood of your business. And I know this sounds like a scary tweak or a scary thing or a scary commitment, and realistically, it's not. It's as simple as shifting for like digital product sellers. It's a simple shift from going from using my social media to grow like my product. It's the simple tweak between like step number one in business just becomes like my group, right? So we just make this step one that everybody takes with you. We make them coming into your group as the first thing that everybody in your audience does. Now, obviously, if you're not planning on being active in your group, you're not planning on putting anything valuable in your group, this is a waste, which is why I'm bringing this up. But this tweak can change absolutely everything, especially for any of you guys that are like newer in online business. This can really future proof your business. This can really give you the ability to be around the next 5 years, because what actually happens a lot in the landscape is where, let's say, you're creating social media content. What you actually usually end up doing is growing somebody else's group. Now, when this creator decides that they're going to go change their business, they go do something else, you're left to start over most of the time. So, the way that we combat that is you literally just take your content and we just drive them into your own. Can't write today, apparently. We just send them to your own group and then you send them to sales, right? And that could be in the product creators group if you're promoting products as an affiliate. But that's one thing that I want to encourage all of you guys to think about is like we need to make an internal commitment to like start treating our community as the lifeblood of our business. That is the first step that everybody in our ecosystem takes with us. Now, I don't care what niche industry or whatever you're personally in, but this is a big internal decision that will make your life a lot easier. It'll make building a movement a lot easier. Okay. Now let's talk about number two to think about when it comes to setting up an online community for your business. Number two is, what is the reason why? Okay. Now, there's a couple different variables that we can look at this, not only from like a why should they join your group, but I want you guys to think about like the intention behind why you're building this community. What's the mission behind this community? What's the culture of the environment you're trying to build? What is the bigger picture thing that you're chasing? Okay, you can look at this in a few different ways. Like, what is the common enemy? Uh, what's something bigger than finances or tactics or strategies or making money is the reason that somebody should join your group. What's the mission? Okay. Now, this is something that a lot of people don't do in their business or even think about. But you have to remember, like, online groups are a dime a dozen that help people get rich without work. So we need to give your audience something to buy into that is bigger than just another strategy or a loophole or a process or um, a way that you can really stand out. Really easy ways to do this: create a common enemy. And I'm not saying that you guys have to go like talk shit about anybody or bash any type of program or anything like that, but getting crystal clear on what you do and what you don't do. We actually just ran a workshop like this, breaking this down in high detail in our Skool group. If you want to check out the replay, go give it a watch or don't. But this is a really big one, right? Creating a common enemy, us versus them effect. Okay, so like we've done this a lot in the past. Like, hey, if you're a bro marketer and you ride hype trains and you promise people making $1 million without work, like we don't have anything for you. We're not here to promise people rags to riches without work because it's not real. Or hey, if you want to help people build systems and tech, like we're probably not your guys. So that's an example of creating a common enemy. And it's not even necessarily creating an enemy in a sense. It's about creating a distinction between a pain that your audience is in and what isn't a part of your process. Okay. If you guys don't know what your process is, then like you can still do this. But the biggest thing is like answering the questions: what's in it for your audience? What's in it for them? You got to remember, people aren't on social media to get pitched. They're not on social media. They're not opening their TikTok and being like, oh, what can I buy today? What kind of digital product can I buy today? That's like nobody's doing that. So we need to get crystal clear on what it is going to do for the actual consumer. Like, why should they join? What's the mission? What's the reason behind you building this business or starting this community? Like, get crystal clear on what that is. Okay. Okay. And number three, outcome / transformation. I might have did this a little bit backwards from the last one, but the thing to remember is, what is the actual outcome of the community? Not for you, not like I'm starting this community because I'm gonna make money. I'm not starting this community because it's all great. Like I can make more sales. Like we have to think about the actual transformation or the outcome for the people you want to join the group. What are they going to get from joining? What is the actual end goal or result that they could expect by joining your group? Now, this is a very, very important one. If you run the standard model of having like a free group and a paid group and you run a split style community business, this is going to be extremely important. This is also going to make growing your group very easy because you're crystal clear on like, hey, if you join my group, after you are in my group, you will be here. Right? Okay, well, after you're in my group for 30 days, you can expect to be here. Okay? Like this is going to make marketing your community really easy. This is going to make growing your community really easy because you're crystal clear on the transformation that is going to be provided when they join your group. Now, we can do this very effectively by having an end goal or a target for your community. And the best case scenario is you have this end goal be the thing that your audience will need to be ready for your offer. And I'll give you guys an example of what this actually looks like. So if let's say I run a fitness program or I run uh, a coaching program for women who are going through menopause. So my free community is going to like realistically help them become problem aware, right? What happens if you don't fix your hormones, if you don't balance your hormones, if you eat all these certain types of foods, uh, all these other things that are going to be a problem before they actually have my offer, my product, what I'm selling. And that is the transformation that is going to be provided when they come into the group. Um, if you're struggling with kind of figuring out what you should talk about in your free community and not your paid stuff, the easiest thing that you can do is talk about the what, right? Teach your audience the what, teach your community the what, and then sell them the how, right? So another real time example of this is like if I'm talking about building a group, if I'm talking about building an online business through community, I'm telling you what this process looks like instead of telling you how to do it. And if you want to learn how to do it, you can go buy a product. As an example, the biggest thing to remember is it can't be more of the same. So there's two different lenses you guys can look at this. One, you can give them the what, the 10,000 foot overview of your plan, your model, what you do, how you help, and then you can sell them the implementation and how you actually do it. Or you can give them step by step. It just can't be the exact same steps of your offer, right? So I can't sell you step one, two, and three of making money online with the community, and then I also can't give you step one, two, and three for free because there's your audience's immediate reaction is like, you just gave that to me. I don't need to buy. I don't need to get that from you because I already have it. Right. So look at the prerequisite problems that your audience is facing before they have the product or service that you're selling. And that is what you want to cover inside of the group. Okay. That is the outcome that you provide inside of your group. Like, as an example, if I help content creators grow their audience by, let's say, 5,000 followers, like it's going to make my life a whole lot easier if all of my customers who buy my program or my offer from me, they already have their social media set up, they're already consistently posting content, they already have an idea or a knowledge of what content creation actually is, right? So if I give all that stuff away in my free community where I'm like, hey, we'll set up your social medias, this is the best way to optimize your bios, these are the 5 different pillars of content, this is a good rotation for posting every day, and then your community members are already posting content every day, and it's like, hey, you're already posting, now let's work on growing your audience. Okay, so that would be like the distinction between my free community and my paid. For somebody that's helping somebody with like content creation or growing their audience, etc. You can realistically do this in every aspect, but I'm trying to articulate it and explain it in a way that you guys can really start to pick up on what this would actually look like in your own business. But getting a crystal clear outcome or transformation when people come into your free group, because it's going to make making sales easier. It's going to make marketing your community easier. It's going to make talking about your community easier because there's an actual uh, end goal for the people coming into your group. We actually built a custom GPT, which is in our free Skool group. If you want help with this, that helps you design your unique propositions in business, different ways to talk about your business, different ways to talk about your offers, your communities. So if you guys want that, it's completely free. It's inside the Skool group. Go grab it. So let's dive into number 4. Now this is probably the biggest one I hear all the time. What do I put in my group? What do I post? What do I post in my community? Post. Now I'm going to break this down into a few different variables depending on where you're at in business. If you're brand new, this is a number one thing I hear all the time is, oh, I don't have any results, or I don't have anybody in my group, so I can't post content inside of my group. And it is a little bit of a weird feeling in the beginning stages of growing a community when you're like posting content in there and nobody's in there. But you got to remember, content in your community is going to essentially live there forever, and you need to have stuff in your group that you can go talk about. Like if I go drop this YouTube video in my community, even if nobody's in my group, I can go turn around and create as much content as I want about this video, right? So you're just creating this feedback loop of posting something in your group, and then you market the thing that you just posted in your group, right? So content, story, let's go DM. Okay, so then I just take all of these and I just loop them back to the post that I put in my community, right? So the biggest thing in the beginning, because I know it feels so weird, like, hey, I posted stuff in my group and nobody's in there. The more content and the more things that you have for your audience to consume in your community when they come in, if there's nobody in there right now, that's completely fine. We all start with a community of 0 people. Then the more stuff you have in there, the easier it is to grow because you can just go talk about what you put in your group. Okay. Now, if you're brand new in online business, in whatever landscape that you're playing in, I want to really encourage you guys to treat it like a digital diary. Now, you're not going to get an immediate feedback from this. You're not going to get immediate ROI from this task, but it is probably one of the most powerful aspects when it comes to like actually building a group. And what I mean by this is like literally using your group to treat it like a diary as you document everything you're doing as you go towards a goal. So let's say I'm an online business and I want to make money online. So everything in my group is like day one of trying to, make $1,000 online. Right. So all my content in my group literally just becomes like this documentation process. Hey, I want to grow. I want to start making $1,000 a day online with my online business. Here's day number one. I set up my social media. I started, I invested in a course. I bought this. I did that. Hey, I tried this and it failed. And you literally just start treating it as like a journey or a series that people can binge and consume and watch you literally change your life and business in real time. Now, the real power of this is because when you start growing your group and you create these rabbit holes of content where people can consume and they literally get to watch you change your life or business in real time, uh, it becomes a very powerful journey for them to watch. It creates that belief, especially because you're probably going to be sharing and showcasing some of the struggles that they're going through. They're going to be, having doubts and fears around this. And it really is an easy content lens to create from. Like, hey, I tried to do some content today, it flopped, and now I'm going to be trying this strategy in this format, and literally just using it as a diary. It's probably one of the most slept on aspects of content. Now, other than that, I will say there is probably 5 foundational posts that every community needs to have in place. Okay. And the first one is going to be like a story post, origin story. So why you started, what caused you to blaze down the path that you're currently taking? Okay, how did you discover whatever it is that you're planning on doing? Okay, so like talking about context and background and all that type of stuff. Number two is a plan story. Okay, what is your plan? What is your unique process of helping people lose weight? What is your unique process of helping people make money online? What is the process that you are going to be using to make money online? Doesn't mean you have to be making money online yet, but like, what do you do? Okay. Number three is objection story. So this is literally framing an objection that your audience has or your community members will have when it comes to purchasing your products around uh, packaged into a post, right? So this could be a limiting belief. This could be I don't have finances, I don't have the time, etc. Whatever objection that you guys get inside of your space, and you guys probably know your space better than I do, but having content curated towards the objection that you're getting all the time, and frame it as you used to have this same objection as them, right? We're not trying to create this like ego, uh, any type of, I'm better than you feeling. It's more of like, hey, I struggled with this and I'm sharing what I did to get over it because I know you're probably struggling with it too. Okay. Number four, we need some type of mission. And like I mentioned above, is like what's the big picture? Big picture. Why is this group here? What's the goal of this group? What is bigger than you? What is bigger than money? What is bigger than, making it a little $1,000 online? Like, what is the intention behind building this group? Creating that us versus them effect. Draw some lines in the sand. Hey, I'm building this community for people who are here and really want to do this without A, B, and C. Okay. And then number five is some type of value. Now, I will give you an example of what this looks like because I know that's a thing that's thrown around all the time. Like, oh, just post value, post value, post value. Like, what the fuck is value? So, as an example, if you're clear on the transformation, like I mentioned in number three, that's what we would realistically put in number five, right? So this could be a ebook or a little mini masterclass that delivers the transformation or outcome you promised. Okay. So, and something that what your audience can come in and they can actually get the transformation, like we mentioned in number two. What is the outcome of the group? Where are they going to be by the end of the group? Right. So this is what you would have in place in a group. We have these in place all the time inside of our groups, and they're very powerful. So it's essentially like a lead magnet on steroids, but it's something for them to come in, get a couple quick wins, build some confidence, get belief in your process or your plan, and then you can essentially, make sales off the back end of that. So those are the main things that we would need to start posting inside of our content: digital diary, day one of, documenting your process. Then you have 5 static pieces of content or posts that you would need, or I would encourage you to put in there. You have your origin story, plan story, objection story, and then big picture. What is the goal of this community? And then some type of raw tactical value. Okay. Now we'll roll on to the fun stuff, because realistically, once you have all of those things in your group, you can kind of shift your energy. Okay. You can start putting some more focus into growing the group. So then we kind of need to shift our attention a little bit, and we need to start putting all of our focus on one, content, or whatever medium that you're using to grow the group. So we got content, two, value and community. Okay, maybe you're doing paid ads, two, community. Great handwriting skills, huh? Then we got lives are a really good one, like TikTok lives. If you are doing TikTok lives or anything like that to try to grow your group, you need to figure out a lens or an angle that you're not covering on the live. We've had clients that do this in the past where they would go live every day, and then they're like, "Hey, if you want to, buy my product or come into my group, I will help you every day going live." And it's just not a sexy angle. So we need to really like talk about the missing piece, right? So missing piece. An example of this would be like, "Hey, if you want my 5-part masterclass on, growing your audience by 100 people, go grab it in my free group." And just front loading the amount of people that uh, opportunities that you have to get people into your group. Okay. Again, like I was mentioning earlier, you need to make your invitations and you need to get crystal clear about your audience. Okay. This is a big one. What am I going to get if I join your community? If you guys have a community, drop this in the comments. Pitch me on why I should join your group. Like, what am I going to get? What type of pain or problem is going to be fixed in my life or business if I join your community? Right? Because this is the big one. I think a lot of the times in the online space, we run our business from a me. Like, I made this money, I'm great, I did this, and I'm fucking cool. Like, your audience doesn't give a shit about any of that. Your audience does not care who you are, what you did, like any of this other bullshit that we tell ourselves. The only thing that most people care about is themselves. So make the content about them. Like, this is the one tweak that you could literally make that would transform your entire business, your group, etc. What is the result that your audience is going to get if they join your group? Why are they going to stay stuck if they do not join the community? What are they missing out on? What's the FOMO? What is the curiosity that you're driving around not being here because you're not in my group? Okay. Now, and a lot of it is going to come back to playing angles. Now, this is something a lot of people won't tell you about online business or in the online business building landscape. So I will add a final number 6 for you guys here. And this is kind of when your community is already all set up. Because again, once your group is in place, you can pivot. You can pivot energy to like getting people coming in, doing community connection type stuff, trying to get volume coming in. But a lot of the times, your content is really going to consist of the boring, mundane job of just playing angles. And what this actually means is like, how can I talk about the transformations, what's in my group, what's coming to my group, what is already inside of my group, in as many different ways as humanly possible. Like, a lot of people don't get this, but it's like, hey, I don't understand how you guys did $1 million with Group Juice, which is one of our signature programs. And it's like, well, we had content that talked about this in 10,000 different ways over 2 years. That was the main focus, right? How many different ways can we talk about my group? How many different ways can we talk about the thing that I want in my business? Um, right? Like just playing more angles. And especially if like you're new to content creation, new to online business, the thing to remember is like your content's probably not the best. You're not super clear on a lot of stuff in business, and nobody is. So like you just have to like one give yourself a little bit of grace because you can't compare how fast so and so grew their community when they have 5 years of experience and you're just starting, right? Or maybe they already know the immediate pain point in their ideal client and all these different things, so they know what pressure to put on their audience to get them to join the group. But the biggest thing is playing the angles around what I mentioned above, is and that's what's in it for them. Okay, what's in it for your audience? Why should they join? What are they going to get? What's the transformation? What's the goal? Uh, what did you drop something inside of your group? Did you share a transformation? I've done this multiple times on this video, and some of you guys probably didn't even realize it. I talked about something that you could get from joining my community that I did not give you here on this call. And if you're watching this in the Skool group, doesn't make sense, but I post these to YouTube. So, um, yeah, these are the main things that we kind of look at when we're launching a new group. Now, we're not constantly launching a new group, but giving you guys a quick recap before I send you on your merry way. Number one, make the internal decision to have community be the centerpiece of your business. Like if you're just going to treat your community as like a project or a side project, or maybe you're going to post in there every 3 weeks, then your energy would probably be best spent elsewhere. Okay. So like the people who actually have a lot of success from their community, they treat their community like it is their baby. I'm not saying you got to live in there 24/7 and you got to be a psycho or anything like that, but it's literally just making a internal shift that hey, this is my space. This is my business. Like treating your group as the business. And it will create all the marketing material for you, especially when you're growing it. It will create all the content for you. It will do all of these other things in business because as your community starts growing, you're going to get questions, you're going to get objections, you're going to get wins and breakthroughs and all these other things that your community will literally start selling for you and creating content ideas. Okay? So like it's about making that decision to make the group the centerpiece of your business. And if you're on the fence about that, the thing I will encourage you guys to look at is look at all the big people in the space that you're buying products from. What is the number one thing they do first after you buy? Most of the time, it's like, hey, go join our Skool group, go join this group, go join this group, go join this group. Like, pay attention to what the people are actually doing in their business. Right? That's what I'm trying to encourage you guys to do. Okay. Number two, why? Okay. What is the reason that they should uh buy, and also why should they join the community, but also getting crystal clear on uh like the big picture mission behind the community. Okay. So who's the common enemy? What's something that you do and what you don't do, and who isn't a good fit for your community? And then what's the big picture? Okay. So why should they be a part of your group and nowhere else? Okay, what are you building this so that way you can start a nonprofit? Can like give people something to buy into deeper than just vapid surface level business bullshit. Okay. They're communities that help people make money online are a dime a dozen. Okay. The people that actually create real culture and movements are people that are crystal clear on what it is they're actually building, the mission behind their business. Okay. Outcome. What is the outcome or transformation inside of the group? Okay. If you're in this current pain, if you join my community, you will be here. Okay. What is the actual transformation that will be provided from somebody joining your group? The more clear that you can get on this, the better job that you do at this piece, the easier your group will be to grow. It'll also make selling products out of your community very easy because you'll know where the end target is. Right? So, what is the problem that somebody is going to get solved in their group, in your group? As I've mentioned on this call over and over again, it's not about you. I know online business feels like it's about you, but it's really not. It's about what is the problem that gets fixed in somebody's life, business, relationship, marriage, that you are solving when they come into the community. Okay. Okay. And then I don't know how many times I've said K on this video. I just realized that I've been repeating that. So, what do I post? So, digital diary, make day one of documentation, and then 5 foundational posts that you guys need to have in your group: origin story, plan story, objection, what's the big picture, again, like the mission statement, and then some type of value that delivers on the pain point that you're helping people solve. Like I mentioned, all of this kind of flows together, and I know it doesn't really seem like it because I've chicken scratched all over this piece of paper, but this number 5 is realistically just helping them fix that problem that you promised. The pain point that you are solving when they come into your group, like help them fix that. Help them get that. Uh, and then number 5, I think this is no, there's 2 more. Yeah. So number 5 is more about shifting energy to content, creating content loops. Everything points back to your community. Everything kind of, flywheels into your community in those 5 foundational posts, as well as that value. And again, make it about them. This is the number one mistake that I see a lot of people making after working with thousands of clients when it comes to growing groups and making money online, is they just like put a link to their Facebook group. Right. So let's say I post this reel and then I just put a link to my group with no context, no copy, no nothing about, hey, if you want a free training on XYZ, join my community here. Hey, if you want to fix X problem, join my community here. It's always just like the post, right? As an example, I'll give you the post like this. I don't know why I did it like that. Okay, but let's say that's a little TikTok right here. And then in the comment section, they just drop a link to the group. And that's it. And that's all they do. Like it can work, but it's not gonna yield the results you want. Okay, it's not go especially if you don't have a big audience, you don't have a ton of volume. You need to get crystal clear on the transformation and what is in it for them. That's the number one question you need to ask in your content, in your community, whatever you're doing in business. We're all selfish, right? Stroke the human nature of that. Like, what is in it for the audience member or the people that you want to take the action? Okay. So, and then number 6 is all about playing angles. Number 6 is all about how can you talk about what's in your group, what's coming in your group, what's happening in your business, as many different lenses or angles as humanly possible. Because a lot of the times, your first few angles and tries and pain points and stuff like that aren't going to work anyways, right? And that's the boring, mundane side of this game that nobody likes to talk about. Is it's realistically just playing more angles. So that's all I got for you guys today. Hopefully you got some value from today's video. I just really wanted to talk about all the things that we think about when it comes to like launching, creating, or growing communities. From one guy of a business partnership that have had a lot of success with communities. Okay, we took our Facebook group to over $1 million profit. We've taken Skool groups to over multi 6 figures profit, and clients have used communities of their own to make millions of dollars online. Okay, so like these are the things that we think about. These are the things that we tell our clients. And like community is absolutely everything in our business, and we would encourage you to do the same. So that's all I got for you guys today. Shameless plug. If you guys want to join the Skool group, grab the free link below and learn more about our process and our business model on a deeper level. And maybe I'll see you inside. Maybe I won't. If not, I'll see you in the next video.